The governor has been delivering guidance from the Capitol for months. Today, he appears to have gotten guidance from suburban leaders about how to handle the rise in coronavirus cases. Thanks for joining us. I'm Craig O'Neill. THV 11's Rolly Hoyt has been following Governor Asa Hutchinson to his first community listening session in Saline County.
Governor says he hears from locals all the time, but with this latest holiday surge putting him at a crossroads between more restrictions and riding it out, he said he needed this meeting in Benton today to get even more local input to decide which way to turn.
And we're really in a critical time in our fight against this pandemic.
With vaccines given out overseas and national approval here soon, Governor Asa Hutchinson sought local feedback in Saline County.
We're in a good spot in terms of we've got our mask mandate in place, we've got good guidelines, we've got good testing in Arkansas.
But after floating the idea of forcing gatherings of 10 or more people to get health department approval, something changed after he kicked the media out of today's meeting.
We want to make sure we get them right, and so until we fine-tune that, we're not going to be releasing that.
While some of the governor's critics want him to restrict far more activities, none appeared to have his ear today. In fact, he waded into a crowd of those who think he's gone too far with mandates. Benton Mayor Tom Farmer, who recovered from the virus, thinks the governor heard an important message about mixed signals.
I think he really heard that it's hard for us to sit in the offices we're in about the different messages that are out there.
And the mixed messages about what types of gathering would need approval seem to send the governor back to his default position for most of this pandemic.
So nobody here is calling for, you've got to restrict more, you've got to take stronger action.
And with positive cases rising daily, the governor seemed to get a positive message in the first of these listening sessions.
This is going to be over. It's not a lifetime change. We're going to get rid of these masks. We're going to get back to what we felt like was a normal life. It's just going to take a little more time than we anticipated.
In Benton, Rolly Hoyt, THV 11 News.
After a couple of days with decreases in single-day cases reported, today's case count takes a jump. Let's get to what you need to know. 2,283 new cases are reported by the Department of Health today. It makes 5 days out of the last week that new cases have been above 2,000. More than 18,000 of the nearly 175,000 cases we've seen since the pandemic started are active right now. Hospitalizations also took a jump in Arkansas today. 28 more people are being treated at hospitals for the coronavirus, bringing the total to 1,081. According to the chart on your screen, it has now been 14 straight days with at least 1,000 COVID-19 hospitalizations in Arkansas. There was no net increase or decrease for people on ventilators, so that number holds at 182. 39 more people have died from COVID-19 reported in the last 24 hours. And as COVID-19 continues to ramp up in the state, health officials are asking Arkansans to also ramp up their protective measures against the virus. Secretary of Health Dr. Jose Romero says we need to keep in mind the basic ways to stay safe: washing hands, wearing a mask, and social distancing. And even though this time of year is usually a busy time for traveling, you're encouraged against hitting the road.
And if you are to do so, then you should look on the website regarding the CDC website regarding recommendations for testing pre and post and for measures to be taken during the time of travel. Again, discouraging travel very, very strongly.